All right, it's time for Sports Building, Episode 1. It's just like the 19-minute sports report, except the name's different. Kind of like when the Washington Commanders stopped being the football team or the Charlotte Bobcats became the Hornets. I don't like these analogies.
Live from a city in Southern California, you're in the Sports Building with Daniel West.
Yes, it is Sports Building. You may have noticed the name is different. That's because, well, we changed the name of the show. For the first time in the history of the Informal Broadcasting Network, the name is actually something that can be said in like 2 syllables. It's time for the Sports Building Sports Flash. This Sports Building Sports Flash is brought to you by the good people over at Water. They sent me water this week. It's very exciting. Past weeks, I've just had to, tell you about water, but now I can actually drink water. You can find water at your local grocery stores, local markets, rivers, lakes, ponds. Occasionally, maybe not in this part of the country, but occasionally it actually falls from the sky, which is something that I don't know about.
What?
I know, that sounds absolutely shocking, does it not, John? It sounds shocking.
Talk about shocking.
There it is. Okay. It's time for the Sports Building Sports Flash. Again, brought to you by Water. In the Sports Building Sports Flash, Harrison Burton, NASCAR driver, won at Daytona International Speedway to win his way into the NASCAR playoffs. This happened several weeks ago, but it was so bizarre that we all just want to make sure it wasn't a fever dream, so I'm telling you again. Speaking of NASCAR, driver Joey Logano, playoff driver Joey Logano, won the first NASCAR Cup Series playoff race at Atlanta Motor Speedway, advancing to the next round of the playoffs. Denny Hamlin, who entered in a pretty decent position, decided he didn't want to get involved in an accident and spent most of the race hanging out at the back of the field, where he ended up wrecking on the final lap and not finishing anyway. So that strategy, didn't quite work as intended. Dak Prescott is a very rich man. The Dallas Cowboys star quarterback signed a 4-year deal with $231 million of it guaranteed, which roughly equates to about $115 million per playoff win he has. It's true. Listen, did I want to say that? Did I have to go there? I'm just telling you the basic math says that, it's roughly half of his total could be made up. Anyway, that didn't feel right. Dave. Was that a good joke, John?
That was hilarious.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I feel better about it now. If John Beanie approves of the joke, then I guess we're good. Okay. Yannick Sinner won the men's U.S. Open. Arna Sabalenka won the women's U.S. Open. The Los Angeles Angels have had a losing season for 9 straight years. They clinched that earlier this week, so congratulations to the Angels.
Congratulations.
Hit them with the imaging. I know it's reverse psychology, but let's just do it again. Fine. Let's just make fun.
We are winners! 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 We got more winning to do! We know we're a winning city!
Okay, thank you.
We're going to see you in the playoffs!
Nah, ain't no positives and no L's. I'm going to keep it real with y'all, people.
So sad. Dave Roberts of the Los Angeles Dodgers said that Shohei Ohtani is not exactly ruled out for pitching in the postseason.
What?
That's right. He said the chances of Shohei pitching in the playoffs are, quote, not zero. How well he'll pitch in the playoffs, given how Dodgers aces perform in the playoffs. Also, the chances of that going well are, well, not zero, but not great. Or maybe I'm just a, kind of jaded LA baseball fan, given everything that we've just talked about. And lastly, on this day in history, this weekend actually, Jeff Gordon was added into the NASCAR playoffs back in 2013. I won't, bore you with how he ended up in the playoffs, even though he didn't actually make the playoffs, but they reinstated him in the playoffs just because a bunch of other things happened and they decided to put him in the playoffs. The only reason I bring this up is because the college football playoff saw this and decided to do that with Alabama every year. That is the Sports Building Sports Flash for this week. Tune in next week for another Sports Building Sports Flash here on Sports Building. And as always, drink water. They sponsor the segment. All right. What's next? What are we going to do next? I think we've got some letters to read. We've got some mail here. That's exciting. Yeah. All right, hang on a minute.
We have a
letter
to announce.
Exciting. Liam writes into the show and says, "Hey Daniel, what do you think of the AFC East this year? What are your predictions? Who wins? And do you see any of those teams making it to the Super Bowl?" Thanks for that, Liam. I've got some takes on this. I've been thinking all day about the AFC East, in fact. I think, John, that these takes might be I don't think that they're going to be seen as mild. I think you might even say these takes are a little wild.
And now it's time for a take that's going to make you say, "That's Wild West."
Patriots are winning the AFC East. You heard it here first. Patriots are winning. Think about it. We don't know what the Jets are. We know the Dolphins are in big trouble. And who can trust the Bills? Now, you might be saying, who can trust the Patriots? I trust the Patriots. You saw what they did on Sunday. The Patriots have a track record of just weird magicking their way to division titles all the time. How did they end up in all those Super Bowls? How did they win with Tom Brady as a rookie quarterback when he wasn't that great? Let's be honest, okay? So, you give me Gerard Mayo, knowing his team because he's been there a while, or you give me the Bills and Josh Allen interceptioning it whenever he wants to, I'm going to take the Patriots. I'll go one step further, in fact. I'll give you this one. Jacoby Brissett, most solid quarterback in that division. I trust him the most out of all the quarterbacks. I don't trust Josh Allen with the turnover problems. We're not even talking about the Dolphins. The Dolphins situation is terrible. And Aaron Rodgers is washed. You saw it on Monday Night Football. So I've got the Patriots winning the division. There you go.
And now it's time for a take that's going to make you say, "That's Wild West."
That's right. Book it. I want this video shared around for in the fall when the Patriots are wearing the hats as division champions. Okay. We've gotten the business out of the way. It's time now for my favorite part of the show, and I think we've allowed enough time for it. Now, just to refresh you on what's happening here, we're in the sports building now, but we still apply or abide by the 19-minute rules. So we do only have 19 minutes. And I think we have enough time for the winners of the week. So John Beanie, my lovely sound engineer, I just almost called him a sound engineer, or an engineer anyway. John Beanie, my immaculate sound engineer, will you please give us the intro to the winners of the week?
It's time for the best countdown in sports radio. From 10 to 1, here are the informal programs.
Winners! Winners! Winners!
I'm excited today. We've been gone for 2 weeks, and in those 2 weeks, I was able to procure something here on the show. I'm going to bring it out right now. For those of you watching, you can see this here is the bowl of winners. This is the bowl of victory. Inside this bowl are the names of all of the previous winners of the week. And as I look into the bowl right now, I see the next winner of the week is inside this bowl as we speak. This is very exciting. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to read the previous winners of the week, explain how they were winners of the week, and then I'm going to look in this bowl and reveal one by one the countdown until we get to number one, winners of the week. And then we're all going to go home, but we're going to celebrate and congratulate them first. Okay. So previously on the show, week one, the winner of the week, Zach Eady. You may remember Zach Eady. He was with you. This is where you play winners, John, by the way, if you want to follow along with what we're doing here on the show today.
We are winners! Winners! Winners!
Zach Eady was that tall guy who played for Purdue, and we saw him in Summer League, and it was spectacular. It has stuck with us. It was Wilt Chamberlain-esque, if we're being honest. So he was winner of the week for the first week of the show. Week two was ESPN's list of the top 100 athletes of the 2000s.
We are winners! Winners! Winners!
It might be a little self-serving, but anytime anyone makes a list that gets people talking as a show that makes lists, that gets people talking, we have to honor them. So they were week 2. Week 3 on the show was people who like F1 drama.
We are winners! Winners! Winners!
Now, the reason for that, if I remember correctly, was that the Grand Prix, wherever they were, it doesn't really matter. It's the same track, basically. It's like NASCAR. Instead of going around and making lefts the whole time, they just go around, make rights and lefts, come back to the same place, and somebody wins by 15 seconds. Like, F1 fans, come on. Excuse me for a moment. Hold on. John, play the imaging. John, play the imaging. I got another one.
And now, it's time for a take that's going to make you say, that's Wild West.
Thank you. F1 fans, get over yourself. Get over yourselves. All of you. You think you have the best motorsport in the world. Why? Because it's the most expensive to get into? Why? Because I have to pay $50 for a burger? Why? Why? Tell me what's the best in the world. Why are your drivers the best in the world? Tell me why. Because they can make rights and left turns? Ooh, because they have a computer in front of them? Please. Put Max Verstappen out there at Atlanta Motor Speedway. See how he fares. See how it's just left turns. I want Max Verstappen. Here's what I want Max Verstappen to do. I want him to go to Dirt Bristol, then a couple weeks later go to Talladega, then I want him to run the Chicago street course, and then come back to me. Best racing in the world, please. How about you have a race that finishes within about 10 seconds of each other, okay? How about that? How about we do that for once? How about we actually make it fair so, you don't have to be the richest and the best to win all the time. And, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Max Verstappen isn't winning all the time. Now, it's McLaren dominating the whole time because that's great. Hey, how about you have like 6, 7 different winners in the season? You ever tried that? Just saying. Oh, and what's your big race? What's your big spectacle? NASCAR has the Daytona 500, the most exciting race of the year. There are going to be crashes. There are going to be drama. Anyone can win. The Indy 500, qualifying is a massive event where it's 4 laps and everyone's excited. And bump day, you have pole day. You have all these exciting things. And then the race is great. You have Monaco. You have a race so boring that they basically just run parade laps around. It's a demonstration. It's not even a race. Best racing league in the world. Your signature race stinks. Your racing stinks. And I can just predict one of 3 people is going to win every week. And you call that the best racing in the world. Get out of here.
And now, it's time for a take that's going to make you say, that's Wild West.
All right. Where was I? Anyway, people who liked F1 drama was week 3 on the show. Team orders. Oh, don't get me started on team orders. Do you want to go start on team orders? Oh, all right, let's do it.
And now, it's time for a take that's going to make you say, that's Wild West.
You know what you call team orders in any other form of sports in the world? Collusion. Something not legal. But no, in F1, hey, you move over so your teammate can get the points and get the win. No, we don't do that in America or any other country, any other sports league. You ever watch the Manchester Derby, or Derby, I should say? You ever watch Man City play Manchester United or Man United play Liverpool, and they said, hey, you know what? Liverpool really need these points today, so Man United, just roll over and give the points to them. You ever seen that?
And now, it's time for a take that's going to make you say, that's Wild West.
Anyway, so team orders, there's a bunch of F1 drama, and that's why it was winner of the week that week. Week 4 was the Big Ten Maps commercial, because that came back, and it was very exciting. And for once, even though this whole realignment thing is crazy, and I'm going to UCLA Indiana conference game later today, I felt all warm and fuzzy seeing the Big Ten Maps logo and seeing USC in there, so that was cool.
We are winners! Winners! Winners!
Week 5 were the Chicago White Sox, because they literally won 1 game to end their losing streak.
We are winners! Winners! Winners!
Coming in at number 6 in week 6 of the show were NASCAR haters, because if you hated Denny Hamlin, you were happy that he got wrecked. If you hated Joey Logano, you were happy he got wrecked. If you hated the NASCAR playoffs, you were happy that there was all this chaos and confusion because Austin Dillon tried to knock everyone out of the way to win a race. And if you just hated NASCAR, you were happy because NASCAR had an exciting finish, something that F1 hasn't had since the 50s.
We are winners! Winners! Winners!
And the most recent winner, before we went on vacation and revamped the show and changed the name, was Caleb Williams, because did you see him in the preseason? Well, no more explanation needed. That was all you needed to have. All right, so now that we have caught up on the past winners of the week, it's time to peer into the bowl and look at who are the top 10 this week. Although we don't have time for all 10, so let's just move quickly here. Beginning with number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8, almost anyone who's played the White Sox.
It's number 7.
Coming in at number 7, Caitlin Clark. Now, Caitlin Clark has led the Indiana Fever to the playoffs.
We're going to see you in the playoffs!
There it is. So Caitlin Clark is there. Oh, for the love of... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. No more. No, I'm not doing letter. I'm not doing this again. No.
We have a letter to announce.
No. Don't give me this letter. I hate this. Every time I bring up Caitlin Clark's name, I get all these letters from WNBA fans because I didn't mention Angel Reese. I didn't mention Angel Wilson.
We have a letter.
No more. Nope. No more letters. Hey, Daniel, you didn't mention Angel Reese's injury. Why didn't you mention Angel Reese? Asia Wilson is the scoring champion. What about Sabrina Ionescu? Listen, can I just talk WNBA without y'all fighting? All right, so it was at this point that our video software crashed. Due to no one's fault, although I did see the news snail chewing on some cords before we went off the air. So now we have branching timelines, much like an Avengers movie. If you want to hear what the actual show sounded like, you can go to the link below or informalprogram.com to hear the episode, because we played it out there because although I saw him chewing a wire over there and I wasn't going to say anything because I was just in the flow, so we did finish the show on audio, but I'm sure you are riveted to know who the rest are in the bowl for winners of the week. So I'm just going to run through them real quick here in a very exciting fashion that's, a little less polished than it was before because, well, I already know now. I didn't know before. So let's do this real quick. John, you got the imaging ready to go? I don't think he does. That doesn't sound like he has it ready to go. Okay, we're off to a great start. John, do we have the imaging?
At number 6.
Ashton Jeanty. I believe I'm pronouncing his name correctly. If not, his family can correct me. He is a running back for Boise State. Well, I won't get into that. We'll get into that later. Anyway, he has 6 rushing touchdowns in the first game of the year. He had 6 rushing touchdowns first game of the year. That's a lot.
Not 2, not 3,
right.
not 4.
That's right.
Not 5.
That's right. He had 6 rushing touchdowns, and then he had 3 the next week. So he is at 9 through 2 games. That's a lot for a college running back. So I thought he would make a great winner of the week. So he was at number, I thought. I mean, it doesn't matter because I don't control the bowl.
Here's number 5.
And number 5 was Baby Horse, Alex Morgan. I don't know if anyone still calls her Baby Horse, but Alex Morgan, because she retired recently, and she stopped playing in the 13th minute and walked off the field to applause, and her daughter gave her flowers afterwards. She announced she's pregnant after the game, and it was great. Well, no, she announced she was pregnant before, actually. That would have been wild if she just, did a gender reveal on the field after the game. But no, she didn't. Anyway, she had a great career, and she was at number 5.
At number 4?
Number 4 in the bowl was Magic Johnson, who just decided to end all of the talk about how there wasn't skill in the 90s and 80s and the only skilled players in the 2000s, which is something Anthony Edwards was saying, by basically saying, shut up, Anthony Edwards, you don't have any rings, which, let me tell you, if you want to get the young people all riled up, you just bring out the rings argument. And so Magic Johnson did it, and we haven't heard much from Anthony Edwards since.
And now, your top 3.
Number 3, Miami fans. If you're a Miami football fan, you have already seen your team go into the swamp and beat Florida. Then you have gotten to enjoy Florida State losing in Dublin, Ireland to Georgia Tech, followed by a home loss to Boston College, followed by Notre Dame blowing it against Northern Illinois, who probably should have been in the top 10 winners of the week, except, well, they weren't. Spoiler alert. So, anyway, if you're a Miami fan, you have had a great start to the year. Enjoy it while you can, because you know they're going to go like 8-4 and miss the playoffs.
This is number 2.
Number 2 in the bowl, just missing out on the top spot, anyone who's played Florida State in the first 2 weeks. So, there you go.
Here's number 1.
You ready to see what the bowl said for number 1? Drum roll, please. The winner of the week, the Pac-12.
We are winners! Winners! Winners!
It took leaving the Pac-12 conference and scattering to the 4 winds of the earth, but we're finally getting the respect we deserve. Going into Auburn, beating Auburn. Going to Las Vegas, beating LSU to claim the 2003 national championship by college football logic. Whatever Arizona State's doing, whatever Arizona's doing, probably not what Colorado's doing, but they weren't really a Pac-12 team, if we're being honest. They were just kind of there. It's great. And then on top of that, we found out that the Pac-12 teams who remain, the Pac-2, they are going to expand by killing the Mountain West and continuing the cycle of ruining West Coast football to save your own hide. So good on you. And those were the winners of the week. If you want to see more of the show, please subscribe somewhere over here. That's what they do in the videos. I don't know if this is actually where the subscribe button is, but I'm just going to do that there. And you can subscribe also on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, which is the same thing, but actually they don't call it iTunes anymore. Spotify, I believe Google Play. Just search for Informal Program or Sports Building. You'll see it there. You'll see a nice, fun logo. There will be more from this show. So please subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. And hopefully next time we'll all do this in one video as opposed to what we're doing now. Bye.